Wonderful. This was your suggestion,
Yeah.
wasn't it, Thomas?
Yeah.
Was there any particular reason? Have you covered it in a band of yours? Or something?
No, it was just that's the Nat King Cole version of it. I just love it. It's so gorgeous, but it's actually quite simple as in terms of the movements that it could have been through, and it has been through in other versions. That one is more so diatonic across the kind of the sections where it doesn't change. It's just lovely. I just love it so much.
It is.
The phrasing of it.
It has a certain sound to it that I think many other Christmas songs have tried to replicate.
Yeah.
There are quite a few similar ones. When I was learning this, I looked at a few chord sheets and had a listen to the original, and many were sort of suggesting this fashion of playing the chords. I mean, in the key of C sharp here, so C sharp major, and that's not a very guitar-friendly key. But when I was playing it in this fashion, it didn't sound like the recording, and it didn't sound like what I wasn't. I thought there was more we could do with this one, and then I came across a different way of playing these chords, which was essentially just picking me or staying between three strings and picking three strings, the thumb with the root note on string 6, and then playing the middle two strings and plucking them with the first two fingers. And after working through the whole song in this fashion, you can almost play every chord in this song with any one of three different shapes. The first one is a major 7th chord, playing the root note, the major 7 and the major 3rd. We can turn that into a dominant by moving the middle finger down, root note's the same, and turn it into a minor by having them all at the same frets. We'll be doing a little bit more of this kind of work in next week's episode, and we'll be doing that on acoustic guitar, but it's the same principle. We have three shapes, 1, 2, 3, that anyone can learn to play, and I look forward to doing a tutorial for this one for sure, because that is so handy and can I think be a real way into jazz for many people, and a lot of these Christmas kind of standards become quite jazzy, don't they, or are jazzy in their nature. But it's quite hard. I've never really taught much jazz guitar on YouTube, because it's hard to do a beginner jazz lesson.
Yes.
Because by its nature, it's advanced. But this is such a great way in for most people. And if we just look at the first 4 chords, each one of them, we're using the major, the minor, minor, and then major. And then going forward from there, going down to the minor. I think it was just this one used a little bit of a different shape, but there are essentially 3 shapes, and then the real task is to remember the order of them, and for your ear to be comfortable with these sort of higher level stuff, and perhaps remembering what the sequence is, and then recognizing when it's going wrong while you're learning it, so that you're on the right kind of frets. But a great exercise, and what we're encouraging any of you to do that want to play the lead part is try and work it out by ear as much as possible. It's such a singable melody. Most people can at least whistle it. Would there be any hints? You know, we're in the key of C sharp here, so it's not the most guitar friendly key. So is there any area to stay within to give people some clues?
So going back to the usual, our old motto is sticking in one area. So avoiding this kind of jumping up from all the way up and down.
What scale shape would we work within? Mostly the major scale, isn't it?
Yes, so we're in C sharp, and we're going from this major scale position. What would you call this, 5 in major or 4?
I would go 5 for that one, because we're using our little finger there, but that will be tabbed out on the website. The link's in the top of the description. So
trying to keep that within that one area. You saw I jumped up a little bit to do some harmonies, but even still I'm just moving from one position to the next position and then back down, so I don't even stay in there. And then when it comes to the modulation, so the different keys that happen, even still I'm trying to stick in this area, which is in itself a great kind of test and an exercise, playing a different scale but staying within the actual same position on a guitar. That's a great way to really test your fretboard knowledge.